Welcome into Steelers Latest, your daily spot for all news and information related to your Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm your host, Cole Denis, and please like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content to stay up to date with everything Steelers. But let's get rocking as it's a bye week. No game, no preview, no final prediction this Friday. Instead, we're going to do something different. We're a quarter of the way through the season so far. Let's give the team grades. Starting off on the offense, let's do it by position group first. Quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, going to get a B minus so far. Right now, though, the offense totals for passing yards per game ranks 26th in the league. I really don't blame Rodgers for this. I blame more of the offensive front not protecting him for long enough to really push the ball downfield for routes to develop downfield. He hasn't really done anything so far in the season to lose us any games also. Now against Seattle, couple interceptions, one really bad interception, one that gets tipped late trying to force something, but really hasn't done much to lose us any games. He won us the for week one against the Jets single-handedly, basically. Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, gets a B minus. He's done what we needed him to do. Play good, solid football, command the offensive front, command the offense in general, control the line before the plays, and be able to execute when necessary. And he's been able to do that, so he gets a B minus. Let's move on to the running backs. Honestly, my highest graded position group on the offensive side of the ball, they're going to get a B, in my opinion. Again, they're not putting up crazy numbers on the ground. Once again, in my opinion, more of an O line problem that might be getting solved here soon based on the week 4 output from Kenneth Gainwell. But even when we're not putting up these yards on the ground, very versatile in the backfield we are. They're involved in both the pass and rush game, both blocking and catching in the pass game also. We've had 100 plus total yards from our running backs from Kenneth Gainwell or Jalen Warren in 2 out of the 4 games. So really executing in both aspects of the game. When the rush is being taken away, it's still a factor in the run game. I've been impressed by how our running backs have been playing this year. They've been the key factor to how the team has been moving in the field. Let's move on to receiver. And besides DK Metcalf, he's boosting this grade a little bit. Besides him, the receivers get a D plus because without him, we'd really be an F. There's really no one else playing consistent football out there at our receiver position. Calvin Alston, you could maybe say, is playing the most consistent besides DK, but he's hurt now. And honestly, in my opinion, I don't think he's been playing with consistency. He has shown up in a couple big moments with touchdown catches to win 2 games this year. But besides that, Calvin Alston really hasn't been a factor in most parts of games. But once again, he's made key plays when it's mattered most. DK, really the only guy actually being productive from week to week, and he's carrying this unit for sure. But they will do D plus. Moving to a unit that's doing even worse than them, the tight end room. Just feel like the tight end room hasn't been a part of many game plans. They might get involved in the red zone a little bit. That's why they're not an F. They're at B minus. Jonnu Smith has 14 receptions, but only 71 yards. He's averaging 5 yards per reception. He's getting involved, but not getting downfield really. Not really being able to get the yak either, in my opinion. So B minus for the tight end room. Pat Fryermuth has gone non-existent. Darnell Washington, I kind of like. We've seen more of him in recent weeks. We've seen him used in 2-point plays and in the red zone. We're trying to get him the ball. So I do like that look for the offense. I like us moving towards Darnell Washington as a red zone target, but we got to get Muth back involved on this offense. And we got to get Jonnu moving upfield and not just in the flats or running out routes. We need him getting upfield. Let's talk about the O line to wrap up the offensive side of the ball. They have improved in the last 2 weeks, of course, but going to give them a C minus. The last 2 weeks really helped boost that grade. But like I said, last week, the run game looked really solid. Still questioning our ability to maintain a pocket for an extended period of time for Aaron Rodgers, but if he can get it out of his hand fast, it doesn't really matter. Let's move on to the defense. actually, hold up. Offensive total grade after you average all of them out is a C minus. So the offense in total is a C minus, but the position groups are as I've just listed. Let's move on to defense now. Front four, I'm gonna give them a C minus. The best I could do was a C minus. I wanted to say they're playing better because of the recent sack numbers, but the first 2 weeks, in my opinion, really hold them back. It was just so poor, then getting dominated in both the pass and the rush game. But I do like seeing Nick Herbig start being a consistent standout. Might be time to move on from Alex Highsmith, just in my opinion. Moving on to the linebackers, though. B plus from those guys. I've been really impressed with by Patrick Queen in the middle. He's been flying around. Peyton Wilson has been improving from week to week. These two might just be the quickest middle linebacker duo in the league. They are flying around and getting to the ball carrier. They're the fastest guys on the field, it feels like, defensively. Would like to see them play a little bit better in coverage in the middle, but as I said, I like my middle linebackers leading the team in tackles, and both these guys are tied for the lead with 35 tackles this season. To the secondary, I give them a D. We've been getting torched through the air all season long. We have been opportunistic at some points of games, forcing turnovers, getting tip passes, and coming down with them. But consistently locking down teams for 4 quarters has not been our thing. We haven't been able to hold teams under like 250 yards, it feels like passing for the past 3 weeks. Defensive grade in total, though, we're going to get a C. So basically, C minus offense, C defense. We're somehow 3-1 still. So there's a lot of room for improvement. But the good news is, even with the mediocre performance of both the offense and defense, we're still 3-1. We're still first in the AFC North, and we can still improve and only get better from here. Hopefully, we could get worse, but I don't see that coming. Let's move on to some other news, some minor news for the rest of the show today. Jaylen Warren got an update on his status. He is expected to be back against the Browns next week. Not this week, of course, because we have the bye week, but week 6, when we play the Browns, he is expected to be there, ready to play, which, of course, is great news. Jaylen Warren feels like an energizer bunny back there. He's also a hard downhill runner, which is always nice to see repping the black and yellow, black and gold. Well, it's also a factor in the past game. We've seen he's the second leading receiver in yards. But I also want to pose the question and just ask the fans out there, do we want to see more of Kenneth Gainwell after the Dublin game? Because he looked patient back there. He found all the right holes. He was hitting them. And with a good burst, he had the most impressive game out of a position player for 2 years. I mean, it was really impressive to me. Once again, no one's put up that amount of yards for the Steelers as a position player in 2 years. So I think there's something there. I just wanted to know how we all feel, where everyone's sitting. Let me know in the comment section if you feel like Kenneth Gainwell has earned those extra reps and should be splitting carries and not having Jaylen Warren be the main focus in the backfield anymore. But let's move to the defensive side of the ball as Breel Peppers, the new addition a couple weeks ago, had a great game in his first game against the Patriots with us. He rated out as the second best player on the defense. Shockingly, didn't touch the field against the Vikings. Wednesday, he posted a tweet talking about adversity, and some fans saw this as bad news. Really wouldn't look too much into this as fans. I know we like to speculate on everything, but I don't think this is going to be that big of a deal. We always knew the game plan. When Elliott was to return, he would get the starting reps, of course, but I wouldn't mind also having Peppers in at that rotation. As we talked about, he had a great first performance. I really do think it's just wanting him to learn the system more. We kind of had to get him reps in that first week he was here because of the injuries in the secondary. But now that people are kind of getting healthy, we don't have to throw him out there without him knowing the playbook. So I think when he learns the system a little bit more, he'll get more time on the field. And hopefully that comes sooner than later. Let's wrap up this show with another safety, Deshaun Elliott. He got fined for a uniform violation, and he took to his Instagram story to address this. saying, count your effing days. Y'all worry about the wrong things. Let's fix things that actually matter. Which, once you hear what the violation was for, will make a lot of sense. It was for an unapproved black towel, which is ridiculous, if you ask me. The NFL proven once again that it has a double meaning, not just the National Football League, the No Fun League, because a black towel resulting in a $6,000 fine. Yes, when you look in the grand scheme of things at their final season paycheck, millions of dollars, $6,000 ain't much. To our normal everyday person, $6,000 is a whole shit ton to just be taken away for a black towel. So, once again, NFL showing up as the no fun league. Hate to see it. Hopefully, Sean Elliott can avoid more fines later in the season. But that has been it from Steelers latest. I've been your host, Cole Dennis, and I will see you tomorrow.